Elena finally selected the older, bad boy Salvatore sibling Damon after many yearning looks and heartbreaks in the Vampire Diaries, but many believe her love for him was not as genuine or pure as it was for Stefan. In reality, she made it apparent in several of her remarks that her love for Damon was at best infatuation, and her previous animosity for him was not of the enemies to lovers variety. Damon had hurt Elena and her companions in the most heinous way conceivable, thus it is not entirely unreasonable to believe that her feelings for him were not as strong as previously assumed.
I'm not blaming you, Damon. I've accepted the fact that you're a self-serving psychopath with no redeeming qualities.
Damon would have sacrificed anything to save TVD's formidable villain Catherine in the early seasons since he was in love with her. He killed, maimed, and coerced cruelly, and Elena had given up on ever assisting him. She stated unequivocally that she considered him psychotic because of how readily he injured others to get his way. This is a cutting and fatal insult meant for someone who will never be forgiven again.
There's nothing good about him. Stefan, not anymore. He's decided what he wants. He doesn't want to feel he wants to be hated. It's just easier that way. He got his wish.
Elena was a young lady who preferred to believe the best in others, regardless of the flaws they revealed, so when she said that Damon wasn't worth saving and that he didn't have a speck of kindness in him, she meant it. Damon was one of the Vampire Diaries' best characters, although he was reviled by many for his deeds. Elena made it apparent that she loathed him as well, and it's difficult to conceive that this could turn into eternal love.
I made myself clear, Damon. I want nothing to do with you.
Okay.
Elena repeatedly offered Damon the opportunity to prove himself in front of her, and each time he just revealed her the worst sides of himself. Even if he declared his love for her and stated unequivocally that he would do everything for her, she would show him the door. Elena was done with him after he exploited Caroline, transformed Bonnie's mother, assaulted Bonnie and Jeremy, and killed Lexi, among numerous other sins. She told him she didn't want to be around him any longer, but he continued to wear her down.
Does it get tiring, being so righteous?
It flares up in the presence of psychopaths.
Ouch. Well, consider this psychopath's feelings hurt.
Damon did some of the worst things on the Vampire Diaries, and Elena resorted to the lowest level of criticizing him, calling him names. This wasn't the first time she'd referred to him as a psychopath. She had to genuinely believe it to tell him so many times. Damon taunted her for her righteousness, to which she retorted that it ignited in his vile presence. Neither of them loved the dominant characteristics of the other, and Elena didn't hesitate to inform him where he stood in her life.
I mean, I care about you. I do, but I love Stefan. It's always gonna be Stefan.
Many people thought Stefan and Elena were a better couple than the show's primary, will they won't they, relationship, and they may have been right. Elena's true love was Stefan, a man who always respected her, her decisions, and was a superior person overall. She personally informed Damon, who was in love with her, that it would always be Stefan. Elena's love for the younger Salvatore was unique, and it didn't die quickly. This comment demonstrates that he would always be her first choice over Damon.
Okay, you and Damon were both right. I was trying to change him. But if he wants to be in my life... No, wait.
True love is supported by acceptance. If someone truly cares for another, they accept them as they are, warts and all, rather than attempting to alter them into someone who may perhaps be a suitable spouse. Instead of imposing change, you may mutually improve one another. Elena's problem was that she was always attempting to change Damon into a better or different person, therefore she was perpetually in love with a concept of him. As she informed Caroline here, the actual Damon was not good enough to be in her life, and her numerous attempts to transform the vampire into someone else revealed how weak her love for him was.
When I'm with him, it just consumes me. And I know that I can't love them both. I know that it's wrong, but when I choose one, then I'll lose the other. And I don't want to lose anyone else.
Elena spent a lot of time talking about Damon, either about how captivated she was or how perplexed she was about the Salvatores. This comment implies that her relationship with Damon was predicated on infatuation, with her true feelings for Stefan only appearing on occasion. She didn't want to lose Stefan by going with Damon, so she resisted him for a long time. She would have chosen him a long time ago if she was positive about him and the type of partner he would be.
You are underage.
You're overage, and honestly, it's kind of creepy.
Oh, come on.
No humanity. Elena expressed what everyone else had been thinking all along. Damon's strange elder presence in a gathering of high students was really disturbing. He had no need to be around them unless he intended to prey on them, which he did on multiple occasions. This seemed like an Elena who didn't want to spare anyone's feelings any longer. Where was the love if Damon was so upsetting to her because he was with her friends?
It's you and me, Stefan. Always.
Elena's first and last love in this world was unmistakable, Stefan. She admired him for who he was as a person, for his characteristics, and the mutual respect was palpable. They had a solid connection, which she understood, which is why she publicly discussed him as her objective. If Elena had stayed on the show longer, she would have most certainly made her way back to Stefan and resumed her wonderful relationship with him. Damon was only a blip in her epic love affair with Stefan. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button so I can feel all mushy inside. Also, click the subscribe button while you are there, and then since you are on such a clicking roll, why not click on another awesome video that is already loaded up right here. You don't even have to watch it, just let the video play at 1% while you eat your sushi or something.